Hello and welcome to our tutorial series on Evolved.city. And in this video we're going to be covering the general layout of your web application for Evolved.city. Some of the items you see here on my screen may not appear in your application. There are some custom elements here, which in your case might be a little bit different because there are custom web applications for Evolved.city according to your facility's installation. But in general, especially with regards to the layout, the procedures that I'm going to follow should be the same on your application as well. So initially you're greeted with a screen with different widgets, and that's how you access the different elements of Evolved.city apart from the selections you make from the top here. So the primary Evolved.city button brings you back to your general layout. So in order to update this general layout, what you need to do is click this button here, which kind of looks like a grid, and that will put you into the edit mode. So in my case, I have a few items here and I can quickly remove these because it's so easy to put them back and just create the layout again. So you can see a little trash icon right here, and clicking on that removes the widgets. And to add new, you just click this button and you have the menu of options. Now the workflow instance list, as the name implies, you'll have a number of workflows running in your facility. So this is a way to access the list of workflows. Nodes are your basic sensor boxes, and you can get a list and sensor charts for those nodes, your favorites, which is a good list to actually keep pinned because those are the ones that you're likely to check often. Last data is pretty good if there are certain sensor boxes that you really want to keep track on, and you can just have that on the screen anytime so you can automatically see updates. So that's based on a WebSocket, so you don't have to keep clicking something, it'll just update by itself. The node sensor data list is the list of sensors and their current data readings for a specific node. Indoors map is our GIS integration with Esri Indoors. So if you do have an application for that and you have an indoors map published, then you can access it through this widget. And last but not least, the digital twin. So in my case, as I mentioned, I do like having a list on the side of my favorite nodes. And you will notice that it will kind of snap back, like you can resize it, but up to a certain point. So it's going to snap back if you try to make it too small. So there are like minimum values. So this I can have sitting anywhere, like I'll just put on the right. And then let me just add my digital twin. In this case, I'll resize it so it just gives me a lot of real estate. And I can add a, how about a last data? Let's have one sitting around. I'll pull this underneath so that it doesn't occupy a space it doesn't deserve. And maybe sensor data list. This one's a little bit bigger because most sensor boxes in Evolved have a number of different values you can check, so it usually requires a little bit of real estate. As you noticed here, these are not assigned to a specific node yet. The favorite nodes, it can come up because that's already set. But the others I'll have to assign after I save the layout and quit the screen. So in this case, for example, I can select a node, sorry. I think this one's good. So I'll just apply this value. And these are the most recent values that are pulled up. And as you can see, I can generate graphs according to the values coming in. For example, over the last, let's say, week or so, I can just select the date range and so forth. But I'm not going to do that because the purpose of this video is just to show you the layout on the different widgets. And you can initialize it the same way here. Just, check on the most recent data if you don't want to keep checking it from here. So it's just gonna, let's pick a sensor. Or I'm just gonna pick, let's say, I'm alive message, because that is your way to check if the sensor boxes work. That is the way you set things up here. And in other videos, I'll cover these widgets in more detail. So hoping to see you in another tutorial video.